This is the running stitch. I have here a piece of muslin that is 7.5 inches wide by 5 inches long. I've pinked the edges and I'm simply just going to fold it in half. And the next thing I would like for you to do is to mark about 1/2 inch away from the edge. Just mark sections, little dots that are 1/4 of an inch apart. This is just to help you get used to the spacing of the stitches. In fine sewing, you would even go smaller than that, about 1/8 of an inch, but for the sample sake, that will be enough. I'm going to use a single thread, which means that one side of my sewing thread is not tied into the knot, so it hangs free and it moves as I sew. And I'm going to start by putting my knot on the underside where I think that it won't show, and maybe it doesn't really matter. And then I begin to go in at one of the dots, and then I bring my needle back up at the next dot. And that is the process of a running stitch, just in and out, just runs through the fabric. Now you can take more than one stitch at a time with the running stitch. You can go in and then go to your next dot, and you can do this several times before you pull through. Again, let me do that again. You can run in, out, do several stitches at one time before you pull. You don't want to pull your stitches too tight because then it'll gather it. And again, this is not a hard stitch. It's actually quite easy to do. And you can see we're almost across the piece of fabric. It's a good idea to use a thimble. If you do a lot of sewing, that little needle starts to make the end of your finger a little raw, so it might not be a bad idea to use a thimble. Okay. And we have a few more stitches. And it's a good thing that one's going back, because now I'm just going to take my needle to the back side, and to end it, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to take a few stitches in place. Just tiny stitches. 1, 2, 3. We're tacking the end. If you want to, you can also do a little knot function where you put your needle through the loop, but you still have to do that 2 or 3 times. So that's it. After that, you just get your scissors and you cut off the end, and you're done. There's your running stitch.